Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we got some catching up to do. It has been a minute. Only like 2 months or something like that since I last actually recorded something. Anyways, what I've gotten done so in that time span, I haven't been like completely gone. I've actually been doing things. First of all, I finished the other ones. Well, I say finished. That's that's putting it. I actually don't know what the correct term would be, but okay. So I haven't done any new fans. We'll start there. I haven't done any of the fans yet. I haven't touched any of those like the other propellers. So that still has to get done. But realistically, out of all of them, the closest ones that are to be like being done, I would say are these three. These three I feel fine with. I don't know. I think this one's fine. Yeah, I think this one's fine. So these three are good. It's the last two that I'm not sure about. This one doesn't need a whole lot of work. I mean, realistically, it only needs maybe a little bit of work. This one, however, yeah. Yeah, it needs a little bit of work. I was thinking about keeping it like that. I'm like, oh, it's funny. I might keep it. It's cute. And then I let it sit for a minute. And then I'm like, oh, actually, no, it's bad. It is bad. So, yeah. Yeah, that'll get done. Honestly, though, I think for the most part, these will be relegated to live streams. So, which I actually did a couple of live streams in the span of my last recording and this recording. This was not done on a live stream. So I have I've kind of like touched up on this side. So they're supposed to be building here. I don't know if I'm gonna make it another like windmill building or something, but essentially this is supposed to house my horses that are scattered about. Um, yeah, they be doing stuff. But if we come over here, I have actually worked on this side of the river a lot. So I have this area for the bridge whenever I get to that. And then I've done a lot of terraforming. I haven't touched the mountain too much. I honestly don't know if I'll touch it that much. But we'll see. This one I think will be another windmill. And I have another big space, probably for horses also. More horse ranges. I think this one will be horses, the other one will be for skeleton horses. So yeah, and then we have a house here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't remember. It's been a minute. But yeah, pathway goes all the way through here, and I'm not following the path. Essentially, it goes all the way until like it wraps around. And this is the other part. This I did do on a stream, which was work on this little waterway over here. So now the island for the Old Town Village is actually an island now. I've done a little bit of work on it. I've just kind of mostly been doing a lot of prep work with it. So like I've removed a lot of the buildings and such. But yeah, now we have an actual like lake area. And if you have a keen eye, you might notice that there's a little bit of action going on over here. And let's go to that real quick. Now, okay, I need to sleep first actually. And you know, I'm starting to realize I might need to carry a bed on me, but let's just go get to the bed real quick and then I can explain all of what's going on here. Those are two baby zombies. None of them are chickens, which is kind of sad. I have updated, which is why none of my mods are up because I'm lazy and I completely forgot that I accidentally updated it. I'm good at my game. I'm good at Minecraft. But anyways, yeah, we're actually updated, so that's good. So yeah, I've once again, like the village island, I've been doing mostly just a bunch of prep work, right? I did a little bit of pathing, but that was just to keep my sanity. Well, I'll show you what ruined my sanity in a minute. um, but I've also kind of lightly reworked this area a bit. I'm gonna make it a little bit more. Well, I've made it more rivery. Also, this horse has been in here for like months. He has not figured out how to get out, and I am not gonna help him. He lives there now, but this is the river, and the rest of this is just gonna be kind of like, you know, paved over with dirt and such. Otherwise, I mean, not a lot has changed over here. Like I said, most of it's just been kind of prep work for when we do get to that point. I guess the only thing I would say that has changed is that I've updated this so that I actually have a proper way down to here. I don't know if I've introduced... I can't even remember if I've introduced my skeleton farm, but this is the skeleton farm. And this is going to be kind of another little offside project, or a project that I'll be doing prep work for until it's kind of really ready to be worked on for a video. But this will be a better kind of like storage, because if we go back up to the top, well, actually, okay, I've used a lot of stuff, so... But there was a kind of short period where I was starting to run on a little bit of storage issues. Most of it got moved, so that's good, but yeah. Anyways, time to talk about what made my sanity go away. I mentioned it in the last video a couple of times. I know I did. And that was making mountains. I love terraforming, but oh my god, this took forever. But okay, I'm gonna be honest, I have not looked at this in a minute. I'm so happy with this, dude. I'm so happy with it. Oh, it's so much nicer. Once we get the rest of the place going, like flowing with it, it's gonna look so nice. But anyways, this is the mountain. I have talked about this mountain before and how I was gonna make it at some point, yada yada. And yeah, this I completely worked on off camera. Mostly because it was a lot of terraforming. I picked the wrong word to go up. Mostly because it was a lot of terraforming. And I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I was losing my sanity. I really did not want to record it. I just wanted to get it over with. So we have that. We have all of this art, or all of this huge mountain. And the reason we have this huge mountain is because I started a little bit on the archery course here. There was like a couple week period, or like a couple weeks period, where I just really wanted to work on the archery course. So I did. And some of it's done. It's at least planned out, like the pathway or the path of it's planned out. So there's that. But if we come over here, this is also all done. The bridges are meh, but I could care less at the moment. They're not terrible. They're just meh. But this side of the mountain is now done, and it looks really good. I love everything that I did with it. I was planning on building something similar to this right here. I just haven't done it. I definitely still want to do it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But if we follow this path, it'll of course lead us to another area for a bridge. And on this island is going to be our archery area. So technically it's a little bit spread out at the moment. So like if I come over here, this is the pathway that's supposed to lead you to the starting area. Do I have infinity on this? I do. So like this is our starting area, and this is the first. Ooh, nice. Yeah, this is our starting. This is target 1, and this is where the course starts. And then we'll come over here, leads to a mini bridge, and then yeah, the rest of the course is over there. What's on this island is going to be, like I said, the archery area. So like the actual building. It's gonna be over here, this side. It's gonna be on this side somewhere. I haven't quite figured out where. I don't know if it's gonna be like here or up here. It's gonna be somewhere. Over here will be the practice area. So like this will be for target ranges. Yeah. And then of course this path is gonna be part of the main path network. So I have. Did I ever terraform that? I don't know if I terraformed that. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But essentially, right here, yeah. Right here is supposed to be the main bridge. So this is the main bridge. The pathway will go up and it'll go along the mountain so you can get a nice view, and it'll lead over there. Yippee. And then the rest of the stuff, which I will kind of like fast pace through a bit on camera, is that I did the Nether update stuff. So I explored the Nether a bit, and I went around and, did all the things, got some dried up guests, children. And then, and that was kind of mostly it. On a stream, I did get this netherite gear, mainly because I was working on the mountains and I needed better tools that would last longer, and it was kind of driving me nuts. So I just said, screw it, we're doing it now. But otherwise, that pretty much does it for catching up. Now we're pretty much ready to. That was smooth. We're pretty much ready to get going. Now I don't actually really know what I want to do. There's a lot of things that I can do. Currently, my biggest heart is to work on the villager stuff. Oh god. Yeah, so part of me wants to work on the villager stuff, right? But I also kind of want to work on gaslings in that spot. Now, I did say it was going to be over here, and to say that my ideas have gone a little bit overboard may be an understatement. My plan for it was to originally make an industrial kind of looking tower, right? But then I remembered that I made these airships, and then I kind of started to think a little bit more, and now I really want to make a big tower. Well, okay, I'm torn. So on one hand, I want to make the industrial looking tower and kind of and have that like a big stone tower ish build. On the other hand, I really want to make a tower that's how should I put it? Very Studio Ghibli. I don't remember how to pronounce it. You know what I mean? Very much Howl's Moving Castle or Spirited Away, actually. That's a lot better of a description. Supposed to be very Spirited Away looking, and that would have the airships and such with it. So I'm kind of torn between the two. at the moment. I think I'm gonna do the industrial one here. I think I'm gonna do the industrial because it kind of fits more with just the general area's build theme. Like there'll be a castle there, so it kind of fits. But that's gonna be a huge project. So I might. So my current plan actually was to make a couple towers. So we're gonna like make one on this hill here, make one over there, maybe make one over here somewhere. I haven't really decided if I wanted to make one over here, but essentially make towers just so I can kind of store the gas or the happy gas somewhere until I get enough motivation and such and resources and stuff to actually build that tower. Because a lot of it is building, but also a lot of it's going to be terraforming, and it's goofy terraforming too, at least in my head. I'll put something on screen. I'll put something like on screen at some point later whenever if I ever start working on it. But because I'm going to have to draw it to get my thoughts around it. Because holy Jeebus, my brain won't stop thinking. It won't stop moving. And I just realized I did not explain this properly. So let's sleep again. Okay. Imagine getting hit markered. El Bozo. Okay. So this is the general layout of the city, actually. So all these grass blocks are going to be like where the buildings are. This one I had to kind of do a little bit of demonstrating, or like I had to get my thoughts out. But essentially, this is where all the buildings are going to. Oh, sorry. Essentially, this is where all the buildings are going to be placed, and then and also like you have the pathing and such, and yeah. So it's not. I'm gonna be honest. There's not a lot of like canal work or nearly as much as I thought there would be. There are still canals. There's actually quite a lot more on this side than there is this side, but that's kind of because there's a lot more building on this side. But I have fun ideas for these canals and such there and all that. Also, I might do more like I kind of have it here, but I want to do like canals, but also like I want to keep some of the space. So I might actually take some of those copper grates and put them on the floor to kind of like basically show it's like a more exposed sewer system essentially. But here you have more canals and such. And yeah, stoneworks for the factory areas. I don't know what else where I'm gonna put everything else yet, like, or what the pathing is gonna look like. I've just been using these polished deep slate for everything, except for down here. I haven't figured out what I want to use for path blocks yet. So, yeah. Oh, there's actually one more thing, which honestly might be what we do today. I think today is the day that we set up our first building. Building number 1 in the city. Now, don't get your hopes up too much. Like, oh, we're gonna have like a bunch of episodes where we're working on this every single episode. Don't get your hopes up, because one, I am human, and one week I'll be interested in working on this, the next week I'll want to work on a different project. But also, this is more for, I need a space, I need to work on. Hey, spoilers, shut up. I need to work on things, but also I need a lot of resources to work on things. So we go through here. We've got we've got the 3 villagers. So we've got Mike, we've got Wallace, we've got Adele. Don't ask me why that one's Adele. I do not remember why. I had to name them because for whatever reason, so these are not the first villagers I've had. I've had 2 before, I've had 2 villagers before. I managed to keep one from the original Old Town village, and then he disappeared. Then I cured a villager, brought him over here to the to the Old Town, and then he disappeared. So I but both times, or at least the last time, he was in a secure hold that nothing could get into. He had a bed, he had a profession, he did everything. So I don't know why he disappeared. I searched it up. Apparently, for whatever reason, sometimes you'll get a weird glitch where if you leave a villager in a chunk and then unload the chunk, he'll just kind of disappear. I don't know. He'll just disappear, I guess. Unless you name tag him. Hence why you have Mike, Wallace, and Adele. And it's worked. They've been there for a couple weeks now, so I guess we're just naming them all now. I guess we're making squares. But with that being said, I want more villager infrastructure. I want to be able to, I mean, for the most part, I have a decent setup. I mean, like, most of my stuff is actually pretty decently set up. So it's not that I necessarily need them for like now. I just need more tools and stuff in general. So yeah. So this is what we'll work on. Now what do we work on first? So we've got, basically there are 2 things that we need. First of all, we need a building, and we need a building design, which I actually really haven't figured out yet. So I'll have to play with that. The other thing is, well, we need a trading hall, and we need a villager breeder. So I guess those are the 2 things we're gonna set up. I'm gonna grab all the supplies, and also I'm probably gonna take some time to kind of figure out what this building and maybe the adjacent building will look like. So I will see you guys in 3, 2, 1, a 0, a -1, a -2. Okay. So I'm back. I've got quite a bit of supplies now. I think it should be enough. I mean, to be fair, it's not a big building, and I really only wanted like the outside materials first. I didn't really heavily focus too much on like interior stuff. I mean, I have stuff for the flooring and some stuff for like the interior walls and such and layouts, but otherwise I really don't actually have much for the actual interior yet. I was planning on doing that later, or after we get this stuff and all that, and yeah. But let's actually quickly hop over to my test world so I can show you what this building is going to look like. Whee! Okay, it's currently nighttime. Let me fix that. Time set day. Okay. So this is our first building. This is the first building that I am going to be, yeah, adding to the city. So this is our villager headquarters. Now, as you can see, it kind of gets very basic back here, but that's just because this is all going to be mountain. So it's all going to sit in the mountain, so it really doesn't matter what it looks like anyways. So you're not going to see it. But this is the building. Now, if we can go inside real quick, just kind of a general tour. So this is like our front desk. Back here is going to be kind of like, this is going to lead into like the villager breeders and all that and such. So that's just kind of what that's there for. Ignore the hole. This is bathroom. I get it was going to be a basement, but I'm just going to turn into a bathroom. And then up here we have floor number 1. And this is going to be where this is going to be the first villager like housing unit, I guess. Now, this building is going to have like the main like villagers that I need, the main librarians. So I don't really want to lose them. So they're going to be the only ones that can't roam freely. That's what the trapdoors are here for. So yeah, they're the only 3 villagers so far that I have planned that cannot move freely throughout the village. And yeah, that's just their problem. Anyway. um anyways, up here we have a second floor. And of course I played with played with it a little bit more, but for the rest of it's gonna look pretty much the same. Nothing too special there. And then the last room, which I haven't messed with too much, but this is the attic room. And this is probably gonna be like the mending villager, probably. Something like that. So yeah. Otherwise, I am super happy with how this building turned out, and I am so excited to have it in. I'm excited to just have a building in general for this village or for the town. Like, I'm excited. And this, I hope, like, along with this, kind of helps give you a feel for how this place is really going to look. Honestly, this has been an interesting challenge, just designing the buildings, especially because like I had to actually think about angles a lot more in this, because realistically, this is about like where I'm gonna be looking. Like, this is the actual width of the sidewalk. So like this is pretty much what I'm working with. So it was kind of interesting to not necessarily worry about details too much, especially because there are going to be other buildings that are kind of blocking it. So yeah, but let's hop back in to the normal world. Okay, so back, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna get started with this, and yeah, and I'll be I guess enjoy this little silly time lapse of me speed building this, because I don't know how to get I don't know how to get free cams working. They're complicated. So yeah, enjoy. You really think I was actually going to record that? You actually thought that I was going to record? I'm sorry. Sorry. How long have those emeralds been there? How how long have those been there? Whatever. Okay, anyways. So this is the building. I didn't record the time lapse, but it well, maybe I'll pull some clips of me building it from my live stream if I am able to. I did live stream this. I did actually live stream building this. Most of it. Um Not all of it, cuz I ran out of power. My power ran out, or not ran out. It went out. Ran out like playing FNAF. No. It yeah, it vanished, and then I was like, I'm just gonna fucking finish it. I don't really care. So yeah. Now, what we will do is kind of walk through interior design. Also, I changed the flooring to tough. I honestly didn't like I didn't like the deep slate look nearly as much as I thought I would. So we changed it to tough. That's where we're at. I can't believe I haven't noticed that. That has to be, I don't know how long that emerald block has been here. That's wild. Anyways, copper is a thing. I can't remember. I'm gonna be honest. It's been a minute since I've recorded, so I actually don't remember what I talked about last time. But yeah, copper is a thing. We'll mess with that eventually, probably. But yeah, let's talk about the let's kind of, I guess, go through the interior a bit. Well, okay, hold on. Oh, that's disturbing. I don't like that. Why is it? Why is it so big? Oh, I don't remember if this is the actual. I don't remember if this is base game or if it's mod or if my texture pack. But why is it so fucking big? It's so comically large. Okay. Let's actually sleep. Jesus Christ. I was not prepared for how comically large that was going to be. Jeez. Okay. So yeah, the interior is a little bit messy. Nothing we can't Nothing we can fix. All right, let's start with the first floor. Let's see if I can remember. Let me see if do I even have everything? I actually don't. Cuz I need terracotta. Hmm. That's not a fun block. Okay, it's fine. Let's do this for now. And then we gotta take these. And it, is it? Okay, hold on. Everyone avert your eyes. Oh, it is. Whoops. Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay, give me 2 shakes and I'll fix this. uh is that fixed? Are we happy now? Oh, we're happy. Okay, that was the biggest uh sidetrack of my life. Jeez. Okay, we'll just, yeah, that's good. We need terracotta. I don't think I have terracotta. I might have clay. Don't quote me on that. Do I just like randomly have clay in here? No. That's cool. Man, I really need to repair a lot of my stuff. There's so much stuff that I need to repair. It's not even funny. Oh, there's clay in here. Okay. So we do have clay. A little bit of it. We have terracotta. Oh, I don't. Did at one point. Okay. Now, the only other issue is, oh my god, I do have cocoa beans, but I only have one. I'm a genius. Where I got those from. Okay. I haven't been on this in a minute, so I'm trying to gather my bearings again of where everything is. I really wish I could set up a, whoa, that's high. Now, I really wish I could set up a portal for everything. That's not jungle. That's got no jungle. That's got no jungle. That's got jungle. Actually, I just need the logs. Okay. And I was about to teleport my way back via commands that I do not have. For this world does not have commands. I am keeping it together. Barely. Barely keeping it together. Okay. Let's get back going. I do need a lot of books. I just remembered that. I actually don't remember if I have bookcases. I don't think I have bookcases. I need, yeah. I think I have books. I also got leather, if need be. Okay, we come back out here. My front yard's already a mess anyway, so it does not matter to me. I'm gonna be honest, I was not sure if that was gonna work. I'm not going to lie to you. I was not sure I could bone meal cocoa beans, but I can. So we're all good now. Why are you bigger? Okay. You know what? Less bone meal for me. Don't know why I'm complaining. Okay. We'll just, yeah, we'll put the rest there. Bonk, 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 bonk. Okay. Okay, take that if in case we need it. Okay. Hop back in here, and we're gonna turn all of that into brown terracotta. Do I have enough brown terracotta? Please tell me I do. We'll find out. So excited to get this city going though. This city's gonna be looking fire. Now I don't remember if I talked about this last. I probably didn't, but I've changed a little bit of it. Not a whole lot. Like I said, I changed the tough, but I've created these little entryways almost because I was trying to figure out how I want the city to flow and all that. So I've added some gates essentially. This will be kind of a bridge. It'll be a bridge right here, bridge gate. Yeah, so there are a couple of those. There's also going to be some there. Yeah. But yeah, there's gauge. What? There are gates. There are gates now. That's all we need to know. All right, let's get this in. And I do not remember how I had the door, but I got photos, so we're good. Okay. A dot, and then that went too high. Okay, and then of course, like back here is gonna be pretty much just our villager breeder stuff when we get to it. Enderman. So for the time being, we're just gonna give ourselves a kind of more solid flooring here. But that's partially so that we can come back over here, dump some things off. I need trap doors. Actually, I'm just gonna keep those on me. Yep. Why are those separated? I do not know. It's a wonderful mystery. Okay. Cool. What went there? Was it sandstone or was it? I'm gonna go with sandstone. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. And then there's supposed to be some lanterns in here, which are actually important. We do need to make sure that no matter, like, at the very least, everything is well lit up. I just saw my limits. Because this is going to house, like, as I've said probably before, this is going to house our important villagers. This is essentially, even though it's not actually what it is, it's basically our working city hall for the time being. I kind of like to think of it more as a employment building. If it makes sense. Instead of it being our city hall, it's more of like, this is where you go to get a job. This is where the villagers go to get their jobs and figure out what they're doing with their lives, because they're just like me and they don't know what they're doing, so neither do I. Okay. Now, that's pretty much it, I believe. I don't think there's actually anything else on this first floor. I think that's pretty much everything here. Okay. Now, the second floor is where it gets a lot more interesting. What do we need? We need a lot. We need actually a lot of stuff. So let's go grab a lot of our wooden blocks. Looking at my reference photos, we're gonna probably need oak stuff. I know we're gonna need more dark oak, so let's grab quite a bit of that. Do we have spruce? You know, not a lot of it. Okay, we can fix that. Do we have sticks just to make my life easier? No, not really. Okay. We'll just craft sticks the fun way. Did it just... Huh? I'm not the only person that just like that okay. Fixed it. That was weird. Okay, hold on. I really don't think these are all updated photos. Might sound weird to say, but like, I really don't think that's the right photos. I guess they are, because I don't see another option or any other photos for that matter. Never mind, I was just looking at, okay. Yeah. Okay. I am so dysfunctional. It's what you're here for. You know what's good for you. It's what you're here for. It's the content that you've shown up to watch. Okay. First off, spruce. Spruce stairs. Riveting. All right. And then there is, so we got a lantern there. So we don't need that there. Oh, I'm actually missing birch. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that I hadn't put the birch in here that I needed. Now, most of this is just, most of it's slabs. Actually, pretty much a lot of it is slabbage that we need, which might sound weird, but it makes sense. Trust. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So a lot of slabs there. And then, yeah. Question is, do I have any on the stairs? I actually don't have photos of the stairs. Why do I not have photos of the stairs? I think it's just supposed to be dark. But where's the fun in that? We'll just... actually, yeah, we'll just go with dark oak. Scratch that. Okay. Well, this is interesting. We'll do that. Just to kind of keep some consistency, but not change so much that it's like kind of weird. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now, of course, we've got door number 1. I'm realizing, why is this so low? Weird. Okay, I need a block here so that we can do this. Right? Or is it? Oh, it's on the other end. Okay. I was about to say. Okay, there we go. I do not have doors. I should probably have some doors, you know. Okay, that's a good chunk of or a good chunk of doors. It should get us through what we need. Because I mean, honestly, we don't have a lot of doors. Yeah, we don't really actually have whole lot. And I need, okay, I need so much. Okay, there's 4 there. And, one there. Okay. So we need oak trapdoors. And I am forgetting where are they crafted? Where am I'm missing them, right? What? 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 Huh? What? I future ferret here. Ignore this. I'm just mining resources for the next video. But kind of explain what was going on here because once again it was another whole ordeal and I got sidetracked really badly. Whatever. Essentially, I have a couple data packs. Um, if any of you have watched my past videos, you probably already knew that. But it turns out you do kind of have to actually keep those updated because sometimes when you update a game, even if it's for something like a trapdoor, even if it's for like a trapdoor recipe, apparently if they add a new recipe to said trapdoor, or like they add a new trapdoor recipe, apparently it apparently breaks the data pack a bit. And so I have a data pack for uh specifically I have a data pack for trapdoors and logs, specifically like all the however you want to call them, all the all-sided logs, double-sided, whatever you want to call them. Specifically those, uh, basically the data pack just gave me more. So like trapdoors, it would give me 12. The logs, it would give me 4 instead of 3 because Mojang is dumb and likes to give you 3 instead of 4. I don't know. Basically, a bunch of just really minute things that really don't. They're not huge deep or huge issues, but because of those data packs and because of the updates and how I guess that the fact that they broke them, I I had to actually spend a couple minutes re-adding the new versions of the data packs. So yeah, but that's just a quick explanation of that. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, well, it doesn't show up. The craft itself doesn't show up, but still craft. Okay, good. Oh, now it does. Okay, we just had to remind it. Hey, this exists. Okay. I'm a technical genius. Now, back to what we were doing. So, the reason we need these is actually they go there. Now, at a quick glance, you might be wondering why? Why? Why do we have these? Well, I can walk under these perfectly fine. No problem. The villagers, however, they cannot actually walk under that. It's my way of keeping an easy and nice clean access to them while still keeping them contained. So, that being said, I need books. Bookshelves, come on. Sir, once I actually have everything, it's going to be so much smoother from here. We're going to have to keep you separate for now. Keep you there. Okay, let's grab some more oak. Where do we put those books? There's books. Ooh, that is going to, yeah, we're going to need a lot more books. Okay. This is the only part I didn't really actually have anything for. I really didn't have a lot of book. Hold on. Something's not adding up. Oh, okay. I follow now. Hold on. Well, hold. Please hold. This is actually supposed to be one more block up. Yeah, okay. It didn't look like it in my reference photo, but it is supposed to be there. And then place these back. And we can actually make this a little bit taller. There we go. And then, oh boy, I'm realizing how much I don't actually have. I don't actually have a lot. Holy cow. Oh, that's not, oh, that sucks. That's stupid. Okay. I didn't actually realize that was not something that drops. Good to know. Whatever. We'll live without. Okay. And we're going to set up here. So, of course, these are librarians. Like I said, the kind of vibe that we're going for is that they work here. This is where they work. They essentially give all the villagers their jobs. That is kind of their sole purpose of existence. And yeah. So they all have offices like so, and then this is where the is it lecterns? Lectern? Yeah, this is where the lectern will go. And then yeah. And back here, every single floor actually has areas or room for there to be their own room, essentially. Now, here's the other fun part about this building in its design, basically. So the fun part is that there are 3 rooms. There's this room, there's this room, and then there's this one little very high up room. This is actually going to be our mending villager. He's kind of the only one that we do not that doesn't really have like an office per se. And that is because he is simply too valuable. The mending villager is going to be way too valuable, and I don't want, like, don't get me wrong, I have these measurement, or like I have this to keep them safe. But even then, I still don't fully trust that. Mainly because I haven't tested it, so I actually don't know if it is safe. But just in case it isn't, the mending villager is supposed to be the furthest away from the ground floor, so it's less likely to get targeted and stuff. So that's kind of the whole purpose there, if that makes sense. Let's move this. Actually, sleep. Now, I actually haven't designed these rooms. I was planning on designing them I was planning on kind of making them like basically your average New York apartment. I just haven't gotten around to fully finishing them yet. So I'll probably just do that I'll probably just do that off camera. Especially since apparently a lot of this is going to have to be done off camera. But that is okay. Now, let's do this. Yeah, and I love these, really like this birch. Just because it pops out more, but also like, whether you realize it or not, throughout the whole build, you're kind of trained to accept that this white kind of color is supports. These are supports. And once you kind of start looking around, you start noticing like, oh yeah, of course there's the birch pillars and all that, but even just from outside, you're trained to look at the lights and see structure. Like, this is the whole outside building. All the walls and pillars and such, they're all made of white or a lighter block, basically. And that's kind of why that's why I really like that these bookshelves. Now, moving upstairs, we've got quite a bit going on here. We need stairs, first of all. Or not stairs, fences. Oh, right. And then I actually do need trapdoors. I need spruce ones specifically. Because that space upstairs is actually way too tight that I really couldn't make fences work. Or anything for that matter. So, the solution was trapdoors. Which, honestly, I like using trapdoors as kind of like those banisters. So, the only issue is that they do take up a block space. So, like, it is kind of hard, but sometimes you can just do this. And it actually works really well. So, the only issue that I have is you could get stuck there, but that's not really actually a huge deal. Now, in here, yeah, in here it gets interesting, to say the least. Mainly because it uses so much of my fun resource blocks and all the fun bits and bobs that I definitely have a lot of. Yay. Alright, it's fine. Let's do that. And then there we go. And then down here, we're supposed to have that, and then there's actually supposed to be benches too, but I apparently have not put those in yet, or I have actually not designed them at all. There we go. Right, and then this is all going to be covered up, and it's going to be covered in, once again, spruce, and we're going to do beams and yada 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 magic. Magic, yep, just magic. Just regular magic. Which I do not have the space for. Okay. It'll be fine. And lastly, before we move on, of course, got that. And then, honestly, while we're here, we could probably just... ooh, do I remember which way it goes? I don't... yeah. I think there actually is a way. That. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Jeez. Oh, come on. Like struggling over here. All right. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay. Now, moving into room number 2. Now, of course, since this is not like the last floor, in the sense that we actually have a lot of room to work with once again. But first, let's do gotta do our doors. Like so. And let's like that. I actually don't remember what that door looks like. Did I take a picture of that later? I think I did. Let me, if I just scroll past all the pictures of your mom, and I have saved in my phone. 100%. Don't question it. I definitely have them. Uh oh. Yeah, we don't need sticks. Sticks are for losers anyways. Really? It's like that? Okay. Apparently that's what it is. Well, oh. Well, that's because it's supposed to be up higher. Wait. Wait a wait a minute. Hold on, we gotta go back. Oh yeah. Hi guys. Let's just move that. Something's not adding up here, and I need to double check this. Okay. Okay, it is. Oh, it's spruce. Oh. Well, okay. I gotta ignore that. I gotta take photos of that. Is there anything else on this first floor that I really need to take a photo of? I guess that. And then most part pretty much. I guess I could show you a little bit of, yeah, this is a little bit of what we've got going on back here. But yeah, like I said, work in progress. Not a whole lot to see. Okay, and then yeah. Oh, it's that way? Oh, okay. I did not remember that. Yeah, okay. I don't remember this being like that, but hey, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense why it's like that. I just don't remember it being like that. But all right. Okay. So we actually have a lot to correct here. Yeah, we've got a lot to actually correct. Okay. Starting with, yeah, let's start with this as being one of the first things we need to correct. Is that apparently needs to be higher. Okay, and then that's correct, except that needs to go there. Okay. Oh, wait. Well, it's like that now. I just realized I looked at a picture of the wrong stairs, but man. Whatever. Does not matter to me at all. Now this. This goes all the way up there. And then actually needs to come down a bit. Or need to go up a bit, sorry. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Awesome. Perfection. Truly. And then this actually needs to go there. Hada. And then, more importantly, before I forget it, this needs to be fixed. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Nope, that's too high. There we go. Jeez. That kind of hurt. That kind of hurt to try to place and then miss. Okay. And then last one goes right along here. Blunk. And then blank. Okay. Cool. Now that that is all fixed. Here we go. Take that out. And then we need our doors. Obviously. Okay. This is the cool room. And like I was talking about before, there's cool things. It's actually a lot bigger than any of the other rooms. If that wasn't already apparent. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Can I use you? Please tell me this works. Oh, I'm a genius. Oh man, someone marry me right now. Actually, don't. Please don't. Cool. Okay, and then yeah, once again, I don't actually have a lot of the. I did not realize how many of everything that I needed. The chiseled brick. Okay, the chiseled bookshelves I can deal with. That's fine. That's easy. You know, that's not really that hard. The difficult part is getting the beehives. Well, not the beehives, but the honeycomb for the bees, or from the bees, because you can't actually use beehives to make, well, the wooden beehives. You need to use honeycomb and then wood to make those. So let's do this instead. Let's try to finish as much as we can right now, and then I'll do a lot of uh grinding, grinding, grinding. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna do a lot of grinding off camera. Okay, I'm gonna do a lot of grinding. Don't worry about what grinding is. You don't need to know. That's not. That's for me to know and for you to not know. Yeah, you don't need to know. Simple answer, you don't need to know. Long answer, you really don't need to know. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Do I have ladders? No. Are there ladders in here before I craft some? No, okay, cool. Hey, hi sir. Hi. Yeah, can you not? I told him not to. I really tried. I tried to warn him, but yeah, haters be hating sometimes. Okay. Let's go up here. Honestly, the good thing is I could really just, like, even though that all these rooms are not or really finished, because they all have the planks already, they don't actually need to be finished per se. They just need to have they just need beds. And then I'll drag villagers up here. Except that I can't at the moment because now I just realized that I only have 3 villagers, and I don't have a villager breeder set up. So there's actually a lot of things that we need to do before this can be considered our first finished building. Yeah, there is a lot that actually needs to be done. And I just placed these wrong. Awesome. Once again, trapdoors for our little banister up here. They're really good for compact spaces. When you need a banister that's in a compact space, they're really good for that. Yeah. Anyways, this will be bookshelves, and then do that. Do that. Ta-da. And then to really finish this off, to really finish the room off, you know, just there we go. And there, and there she is. Everything, the room is done. Everything's done. Yay. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? just okay. Yeah, that's enough of looking at that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot that I actually really need to do. There's a lot of unfinished and there's a lot of infrastructure that I am starting to realize that I need a lot of infrastructure before we can really tackle this stuff. So yeah, I guess that'll be in the next video. We're gonna tackle a lot of infrastructure. So that includes um getting where is my that needs to be fixed. So that means making an actual like honeybee farm, which honestly I'll probably make here. I'll probably I don't know which of these buildings it's going to be. B, but oh, I forgot that actually explodes. Which sounds This is a really weird thing to say. Uh, but it does make sense in context. But that's for another day. Anyways, yeah. I don't know what building it's going to be put in, but probably one of the buildings over here. If I'm going to be honest, it'll probably be one of these one of the buildings on this side of the river. I don't know which one that's going to be. I mean, heck, it might not even. The only reason I want to put it somewhere around here is solely for the fact of this is where I'm going to be spending a lot of time. So the bees will be moving around a lot and it'll actually, you know, farm a lot. And I just need to check it all the time. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to put it here or if I want to put it somewhere else. I don't actually know where that would go though. I don't really have like a good spot or good idea of where to put them other than like once again in the in this area, in this vicinity. Yeah, we'll work it out. I'll work it out. But continuing, beehives, of course, and then we'll probably work on the actual like villager farm too, and we'll get that set up, get the villager breeder going, and then yeah, from there, I think once we get that stuff done, yeah, I just need to remember to farm my sugarcane and get books, and then we should be good. So that being said, thank you for watching this. I know it's probably going to be a relatively short video, and I know it took me once again forever to make, but motivation and procrastination are one hell of a force. And I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video, which I promise I'll post more. There are going to be a lot more videos before the end of the year. Right, future me, right? Right? Uh-oh. That has to be the loudest I think I've heard my PC. Um, Let me just close some things real quick. Okay, quiet. It quiet. Stop making noises.